Well, hello, everybody. What a week it's been. I don't know how other to describe this episode other than, as you said earlier, Joey, a victory lap. I'm referring to this episode as the Red Wave Aftermath.
Yeah, this was I mean, how do I put this lightly? If you're a lib, you're not gonna fucking enjoy this next hour
No.
at all.
And
At all.
and the main reason for it too is I saw a friend make a post. She's not very politically vocal about anything, and her and I don't discuss politics at all because
Mhm.
she knows how I am. I don't know how she is. We just know better to not bring it up, potentially. But she said, I've heard of sore losers, but look at all these sore winners. And I don't know how she voted, but I, I wanted to make the comment. I didn't. I probably will DM her this and just be like, look, it's not sore winning. When you've been called every horrible thing under the sun for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
racist, this and that. And my favorite is, oh, look at you. You're a white guy with dreads. You're gonna be the first one.
Stop appropriating our culture, you fucking
Well, yeah,
Uncle Tom
but
or
they're like,
something.
you're
Uncle.
somebody's. Yes.
Well, we can't call you an Uncle Tom. We'll call you an Uncle Nick.
Well, unfortunately, it would have to be like Uncle Jose because, unfortunately for them, I'm Iberian and Honduran, so I'm not white. And also,
Iberian.
dreads and being black are not mutually exclusive. They've been
Can I
worn
just say,
on basically every continent.
I'm going to stereotype real quick because you brought up Iberian. Anytime I get into an iRacing lobby and I see somebody with the location Iberia, immediately I'm like, avoid the shit out of that guy.
Spain or Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, because they are going to fucking wreck the entire field and then blame everybody else for their problems. I don't know what it is with these fucking Iberians, but they are the fucking worst. Outside of pork, God, I fucking can't stand them. And I know, like, my wife is Portuguese, my whole family's Portuguese. They're probably like, hey, fuck you.
Right?
Listen, I can't help it that you're all terrible race car drivers in a racing simulator that I happen to use all the time. Sorry.
Stereotypes
Anyway,
exist for a reason.
quick aside there.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, Trav, yeah, this we'll get into all this as we go. But this, listen, we were on last week, obviously live during the election before it was official. I think we both knew the writing was on the wall.
Yep.
Like we could both see it. I think once Trump hit like 196 or like 212 or whatever it was, I immediately was like, started like bobbing my head a little bit, like, okay,
Yeah,
we got this.
We ended the episode around a little bit after midnight, and I already lit up a cigar. I was drinking Jameson Black Barrel. We basically knew at that point, unless there was some kind of crazy thing.
And they tried.
2020.
They tried, but it wasn't there. They tried, but it wasn't there.
But
Yeah.
I stayed up the whole time to watch him, speak.
I did
though
too.
It wasn't officially called yet. The writing was on the wall at that point.
It was a wrap. Once he took Pennsylvania, it was over,
Yeah.
and we knew it was over. After that, everything else was just a formality. Now, I'm not one, and anybody who knows me knows I'm not one to toot my own horn, right? I mean, I'm, self praise and all that kind of shit stinks.
You're the most humble man I've ever met.
But I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn here a little bit. Beep, beep. I called him sweeping the swing states, or I'm sorry, the blue wall, PA, Wisconsin, Michigan. I called him winning the electorate, getting over 300, and I called him winning the popular vote and getting over 75 million. So, boom, suck on that.
You're the white Negro Damas.
I am the white Negro Damas. And I don't know why, I was so confident. And I talked to one of my buddies on Wednesday morning, one of my best friends, texted me, and he just texted me like, hey. And I was like, and he doesn't usually text me. Like, we're not like big, like texting back and forth. Like, we'll shoot the shit here and there. But like,
sure.
Usually if he texts me, it's for something like he need, like there's a reason. And he has me, hey, and I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on? He's like, feels good to be an American, doesn't it? And I was like, fucking A, it does, brother. And I was in a conversation with him, and I said, he was like, I didn't think he was going to win. I said, I knew he was going to win. I've known he was going to win for, since he announced he was running again. And I said, maybe I was being a little bit naive. Like maybe that was a little, I was out over a little bit over my skis on this one because I didn't, maybe I didn't learn my lesson from 2020.
Well, because
but I
seems, like the pushback was even stronger this time than 2020.
And that's what I said. I said
we're not going back, and it's like, well, what happened? Oh
right.
No.
And they said, well, like we always say, the left just projects, right? Whatever they say Donald Trump is going to do is probably what they're doing or already have done.
That's a huge understatement you just made.
Yeah. So they just project and they suck and it's fine, whatever. But like the point I was getting at I said, I just felt like this country as a whole, right? We're a very resilient bunch. We don't like being pandered to. We don't like being placated. We don't like being lied to and told that, like, hey, you know what? Like, you're kind of dumb, but it's okay. You can be dumb. I'm going to help you.
Yeah, no, you just have to vote for this candidate.
Yeah. No, we're a country of hardworking, wanna-be millionaires. Every single one of us wants to be a millionaire in whatever way, shape, or form, right? We see the guys that get on American Idol and all of a sudden get a record deal. We see the Elon Musks, to another degree, the Mark Cubans who just, get rich. The Bill Gateses of the world. These guys that
girl.
Talk to a girl.
Now. And
seriously, dude.
I refuse to watch anything other than that clip of hers. I know there's nothing of value there.
I was sick of her within 36 hours of that clip.
Yeah, she's got a podcast now. She's made.
And you know what? And honestly, I'm sure it's probably really entertaining. It's not for me.
I don't know.
But I'm sure there's an ass for that seat. No,
it was a great meme. Lightning in a bottle, and then all of a sudden she has all this.
Absolutely.
But that's the American dream, isn't it?
Exactly. And that's the thing with this country, and that's where I think this election came in terms of what a historic moment it was, because this country turned around and told, especially the minorities, when you look at the black vote, the Latino vote, and how hard they voted for Trump, that I believe, and it's not as simple as I'm making it sound. I'm sure that there was a lot more to it, and I don't want to sound like I'm speaking for anybody. But that was a referendum on them saying, no, fuck you, dude. Like, I am smart enough to go get a fucking ID and use it to vote if I need to.
Yeah,
like, I don't need your fucking help to get out of bed and put my pants on. I don't need your $25,000 for a home and, your fucking interest-free loans to start a fucking weed store because you think that's what black people want, you racist cunt.
The Dems are the most stereotypical, the ones doing the most stereotypes and flat-out racism towards minorities as a ploy to be like, well, we're going to take care of you, but it's like, no, you are perpetuating that these people need your help when most of them
don't want it and don't need it
to do their job.
Travis, you and I are either closely related or directly related, or know somebody who is one of those things, to a first or second generation immigrant to this country.
Yes, directly.
Like, my great-grandparents came over on my grandfather's side from Ireland, all right, on both sides of my family. And then my wife's parents, my mother-in-law was born in Portugal. So,
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how close, and they've all made it in this country. And you know how they've done it? Through fucking hard work and perseverance.
Yeah.
And they busted their fucking ass.
The victim card.
And they didn't sit there and say, oh, this system's fucking rigged against me, and I'm gonna vote for somebody who doesn't fucking, who wants to give me an Obama phone and cry and fucking bitch. You know who does all that? The upper middle class white liberals, especially the women. And they are the ones that cry and fucking bitch the most about equity and equality and everybody should have a fair chance. Bro, this is America. Everybody already has a fair chance. It's built into our Constitution.
Yeah,
like,
we just want to make sure it's done legally, and that's why the Latino vote, especially
especially on the border counties in Texas,
for Trump, were way above expectations or projections, because those people are doing it right, and they know that the illegals aren't doing it right, and they're like, no, this is a problem, And
Mhm.
it hasn't been addressed by the Biden-Harris administration, and it sure as shit wasn't going to
In
get
fact,
addressed by the
it's been ignored and
Harris-Walz.
exasperated by the
Yeah.
Biden-Harris administration.
Yep.
So, to your point, Trav, like, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, dude, we don't come from families that were sitting on our asses and being like, "Hey, man, the government owes you. Fuck them." You know, like, yeah, sure, take the government for a ride anytime you can. If you can get a break on your taxes or fucking pull some slick shit, find a loophole, exploit it. Absolutely, take that shit because the government is gonna fuck you 7 ways to Sunday. They still never preach to us, and I know my family and my wife's family and everybody I know has never once ever sat there and been like, "Oh, woe is me. This country sucks." No, you know what their attitude is? They're thankful to be here.
Yeah.
They're gracious to be here. They're beyond happy to be here because they see the opportunity that's presented itself to them where they can go, they're like, "Hold up. You mean I can work manual labor for 60 hours a week?
Yeah.
Sign me up." And you're like,
And
and some people are like, "Wait, what?" Like, now this generation is like, 60 hours a week? I didn't even know there was 60 hours in a week, let alone 60 work hours. Jesus Christ. When will I watch TikTok?
No, yeah, I'll have no time to, have my brain consumed more by the brain rot. Like,
Fresh. And it's just so absurd. But last week, like we said, that the vote, 75 plus million people voted for Donald Trump last week. I nailed everything on this election cycle. Again, like, I'm not one to sit here and brag, but I nailed everything on this election cycle, from J.D. Vance being the nominee to Trump and the election results. And I have a long, long night ahead of me tonight, going back, and I've already started sifting through posts from the last, like, 6 months from people and just snapshotting. Like, there is going to be, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but there is going to be one hell of a freezing cold takes post on Joey Fatz's Facebook page at some point.
Nice.
And you will be tagged if you are in it. I will not post. I won't post unless you've unfriended and blocked me, and I can't tag you because, well, at that point I probably wouldn't be able to see the post anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I could look
and
it up for you.
do you know how many? Did you count how many friends you lost after the election? Because I think I said it last week. I was at 1,980 friends on Facebook before when we took the show last week.
I don't think I lost any, but that's
I lost
because
13
since my original account got nuked. Right before like January 2020.
Yep.
I had to rebuild, get my old friends back. I don't have nearly as big of a list now, but all the people that are on it are either share the same opinions, or at least most of them, or they're capable of having civil discourse and be able to separate that from the individual. And they still are like, no, yeah, I disagree with him on his political stance, but he's not a bad guy. Like,
right. And that's how I feel. Like, I have a lot of liberal friends like that. You know what I mean? Like,
they're reasonable.
They're reasonable people, and like they sit there and they're like, I don't want Trump in, but I can see why you do, or at least like try to. They're like, I can't see why you want Trump in. I don't know. And then you explain your part, and then they realize that like you're speaking to them on a level that like they're on, and they're like, oh, he's on my level. He's just on the other side. Well, fuck this. Like, okay, we'll agree to disagree then, because this is a waste of time. And they just go, all right, well, you do you then. And that's how I'd say 97% of my liberal friends are. The other 3% have either unfriended me, blocked me, whatever. I don't care. Like, I already ordered a t-shirt that says "Your body, my choice." Like, just a troll. Like, go fuck yourselves. I am so fucking done. Like, I'm so over. I would say I'm over it. Like, over curtailing to these people, but like I never have anyway. I've always fucking dunked on them every chance I got, even in defeat.
It's fun.
But now that we've won, and like the United States of America has resoundingly rejected the left, I think this is going to be a victory lap that is going to last a decade or more.
And thankfully, it's just about been a week. We'll call it a week on Wednesday when it was made official. No assassination attempts.
No, in fact, if you look at if you take the temperature of the rest of the modern world, just in the first 24 hours of Trump declaring victory, the Houthis ordered a ceasefire. Putin was like, "Hey man, we'll talk. We can end this war in Ukraine."
Yep.
Iran was like, "Hey man, we were just kidding. Sorry."
Yep. China's
you know,
already saying like, well,
China's
we're not
like,
gonna-
we want to get along diplomatically. Let's not make any. Let's not do anything crazy here.
please
Okay.
don't tariff us, and yeah.
Yeah, please don't stifle our economy to the point where 6 billion or whatever, however many 600 million people, whatever.
Yeah,
it is,
why
a
would
billion
you
people
guys
die.
want like to have all those jobs back? Let us. We'll
Yeah,
get.
let us have those. Come on, is that not the other thing too? Like, that is so fucking patronizing about the left is that they're like, oh, you want to bring back all these jobs, you want to deport all these illegals and deport all these illegal immigrants and stuff. Like, who's gonna rake your leaves then?
Yeah, who's gonna
It's
work
like-
on all the farms? It's like, oh,
It's
look,
like,
they're here.
I don't know.
At least
The
farm-
guy that I'm paying like $150 a week to come to my fucking
Yeah.
house and fucking rake my leaves.
And then
Like, what the fuck are you
exactly,
talking about?
He's still gonna be here.
Yeah.
And as
Last
far
I
as,
checked,
like,
he was. Last I checked, his name was Bill, and he was from fucking like Milwaukee. He was a transplant.
But yeah, my favorite thing is they're like, oh well, good luck having anybody work in the farms. Where are you gonna get your crops from? It's like the vast majority of those farm hands are fucking migrant workers with visas, or they're
Yeah.
legal citizens. They come to work in the season, they leave in the off season. They've been doing it for decades. Like nothing.
It's like their family lineage at this point, right? None of that's going to get affected. The only thing that's going to get affected is people like Jocelyn Andre, Lakin Riley, that 7-year-old in the vineyard. The 7-year-old won't be raped on the vineyard, and the two aforementioned women won't be murdered while they're out for a jog for no reason by illegal immigrants. Because the people who are here to do that kind of stuff are not here to fucking pick my grapes or rake my leaves or do whatever fucking stereotypical racist fucking thing you can fucking think of,
No,
liberals.
they're not here to make an honest living or
No.
be part of our society.
No, they're here to fucking create so chaos and, so inflamed so we can reap in ashes. Like, that's all it comes down to.
Essentially, it is. It's so disheartening to see, but also hilarious. Like it's just they don't get it at all. If she had one good policy that wasn't already lifted from Trump after he announced it months before, the only good thing she had was no tax on tips. Trump had already said that.
Like 30 fucking 5 days before her. And she was like, hey guys,
At least
you know what I'm thinking? New tax on tips. And we're like, yeah, he already said that. And I think that was the funny part. And I think we said this last week too. This election, I can, like I said, I'm 99% sure we said this, so excuse me for repeating myself. I think within the next 5 years, we were going to see the full death of the legacy media in this country.
I think
With like
I
the
think this
MSNBCs,
is
the CNNs, all that shit.
Fox,
They're going Fox, every one of them. They're dead. They're dead because nobody, and you can kind of see it now on some of these panels. And I don't know how much of the I don't know what you woke up on Wednesday morning and watched, but I
rewatched the Young Turks. That
was so great.
I was watching their live stream after ours. I think it was after midnight, and I only caught like the last 15, 20 minutes of it because they ended it, before it was actually called. But the only voice of reason on the show was Anna Kasparian. I think
as usual.
a DM. She's really come around. But the
Well-
I believe I DM'd you what she said. She said,
Yeah.
look, I already think there's just a whole lot of cope being spewed out right now by you guys, and you just can't handle the fact that he's gonna be elected again. She's
Correct.
just
And-
fucking sad.
And you saw it the next morning on all the morning shows on MSNBC, CNN, whatever.
The only time I
and-
watched the View clips voluntarily was now and when he won in 2016.
Travis, my dad DVR'd The View on Wednesday morning because he wasn't even sure how he didn't know how the election was going to go, but he DVR'd The View just in case Trump won. Because my dad's one of those. My dad was so worked up about it, like he's such a how do I put it? My dad is such like a hates the government but loves his country kind of guy.
Same.
And just doesn't
Absolutely
believe,
same.
doesn't, yeah, he's like, my dad's like Dale Gribble, like Pakistan.
Yeah.
And, you know, so he was all nervous about the election. He's like, I don't know, like, they're going to fucking steal it. What are they going to do? He's like, I can't fucking believe.
Well, they did
There's
last
people,
year, so.
you know, he's like, he drives through like Paynaram every day. He's like, I know every fucking house that has a Harris Wall sign on its lawn. Like, he knows everything. So he's like, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed at my normal fucking time. I'm not staying up. I'm not watching election coverage. He goes, doesn't matter if I watch it or not. He goes, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'll find out what the fate of the world is.
No, that's fair.
But he said, but just in case, if Trump does win, because I think I convinced him at that point that like Trump was gonna win.
He's like, I gotta see. I'm gonna
DVR the view.
Fucking
DVR the view. Yeah. He's like, it's gonna be worth it. Because he goes, if he wins, he goes, that'll be the first and only time I've ever watched that show fucking minute for minute. And he watched the whole thing, and he's like, it was fucking glorious. And I was like, I bet it was. I didn't watch it at all. I couldn't care less. But I did watch a bunch of other stuff, and there was just so, like you said, there was so much cope, and so much just like the shrieking meltdowns. And the best part about it, Travis, was there were certain panel hosts that were actually trying to be objective and say like, look, like this is why we lost. We didn't lose because America suddenly became the most racist country in the history of the world.
No, we lost because our party didn't have a fucking plan.
Yeah, we didn't have a plan.
The only platform she ran on was, I'm not Donald Trump. I have no idea what I want to do, and I'm not going to tell you what my plan is. Even if I had one, you're just going to have to trust me. There's two points that I want to... abortion rights and what was her other big thing? I don't even remember.
It was abortion and joy.
Joy.
Hope and joy. We've been bringing joy back to the White House.
And continuing to enable illegal immigration.
Illegal immigration, right. Leaving the border open. Because diversity is our strength. Yeah, about that.
When it's done the right way.
Exactly. When it's done properly, yes. The way you're doing it now. That's like saying, how do I put this? That eating shrimp is our strength, even though these shrimp are have way too much iodine in them. No, definitely not our strength. That's going to be an ultimate weakness. But
we don't need.
That was a shitty analogy. Like scrub that from the record. But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, we don't need these shrimp because they're harmful.
These shrimp have oil in them from the BP spill. We don't want that.
And they didn't even devein them.
No, and they're like, oh, look at these shrimp. They're 17 inches long.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they mutated. Yeah. But it was the way that the people they carried themselves on the morning shows was fucking great, because you had, I can't remember the guy's name. I'd have to go back and look it up, but he was a CNN panel host, and he was basically like saying like, yo, like he pointed to Afghanistan and the withdrawal as being the turning point for the Biden-Harris campaign to fail in this coming election. And this other guy, like this dude, and he's got, he's the typical, I'm not hating on bald people, I don't have hair either. But like this dude he looked like Tim, like a bootleg Tim Curry. And like, I don't know, like guys that look like Tim Curry, like just automatically kind of freak me out.
Unless you're not Tim Curry, I don't want to look at you.
Yeah,
At least Tim Curry's a great actor and he's charming.
And Tim Curry's just like, he's like, I don't want to take to the lost city of Zinch. And you're like, all right, let's fucking go. Can you powderize those crystals and we can sniff them? Because this sounds like a good trip.
Dude, sign me up.
Good gorilla. But he was like, and this dude freaked me out. And like, I don't know what it was. He was a fucking, you could just tell. Like, he had that look in his eye, that deranged, like sociopathic, like killer, like psycho killer look. Like this dude would definitely shoot up a school if he was in high school right now. And he went back and he said on CNN, and he starts yelling at this guy who made the point that the Afghanistan withdrawal was the turning point for Biden and Harris. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them losers and suckers. He actually said that." And I'm like, "Wow!" I'm like, and the guy looked at him and he goes, "You can stop campaigning. It's over."
Yeah,
And I fucking died because I'm like, this dude's still in campaign mode. I'm like, bro, that's a lie. We all know it's a lie. It's been a lie. You can keep saying it, but all you're doing is you're just reducing your credibility of whatever credibility you had left. You're fucking garbage. Get off the TV. I don't know who's paying you, but you're a fucking retard.
Yeah, and I think probably the most hilariously pathetic thing that I saw happening probably up until the weekend. It lost some, steam, I'd say like Sunday, maybe late Saturday from what I saw, but people saying, we need a recount. Like, what happened to these votes from 2020? I heard that a bunch, I had a bunch of early voters. I know a bunch of early voters, friends of mine, saying that they went online and their vote hadn't been counted yet. Like, we need to stop this, and it's got to be looked into. And I'm like, and that's when I share the graph of the record numbers Biden had. Now, also way higher than what they would have been. So I'm not saying the GOP is have their hands clean of any kind of voter fraud. I just think that the numbers are so exponentially higher for the Dems. It was all too convenient given the circumstances of that year.
Yes, and the reason why, and listen, we have to remember that 2020 was a totally different, it was a complete anomaly because we had COVID going on, right? And mail-in balloting was a big deal. And do I believe that however 81 million people, whatever it was, that voted for Trump actually voted for Trump? Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that. Because I think Trump at the time was the most popular guy in the world. Now, do I believe that Biden got the amount of votes he did? I do to a degree, because I think the Democrats did a better job in the major population centers where they had already had control and they already had favorability in going to those high-rise apartment buildings or condos where you knew people had never voted before, and they would just show me like, hey, do you have a ballot? We'll take your ballot and submit it. Just fill it out for Joe Biden. We'll take it. And I think the Dems did a better job of doing that than the Republicans did. Because I think the Republicans didn't really think that. I thought once the Republicans thought like, hey, we get 80 million votes, it's a wrap. Like, there's no way. And then all of a sudden you get the 3 a.m. ballot dump in Pennsylvania and Georgia and everything else.
Michigan
And shit starts going squirrely. But I think I don't believe for one second. I think if anything, this election confirms that 2020 was rigged and 2020 was stolen by the Dems, and it was a legitimate election because there's no fucking way Joe Biden in 2020 got almost 10 million more votes than Donald Trump did this year. No fucking way.
And I have examples that I've given to people that were like, oh well, looks like the Republicans got like Trump got a good amount of votes that year too, and I was like, but not to that extent, and I can explain why. It was brought to my attention because I looked it up out of curiosity because of the shenanigans, how some of my deceased relatives voted, or if they did at all. 3 of them voted for Biden somehow from beyond.
Isn't it fucking insane?
And the other thing too, I don't know how rampant this was, and I'm not saying the GOP didn't do this as well, but I know of at least 4 instances from a couple different friends and 2 different coworkers that straight up told me their mothers got 3 mail-in ballots, because one for their maiden name, one for their married name, and then one with either their maiden or married name and their middle name if they had a middle name. And they all voted for Biden 3 times, and it was handled as legitimate.
I almost went up the street to my polling location because I did the early mail-in voting.
Yeah,
And
I did
my
as
vote.
well. I didn't do mail. I went to town hall.
I was going to go to town hall, but again, I didn't want to get into a confrontation with our racist election commissioner in New Bedford. Again, because I probably wouldn't have held. I wouldn't have held back like I did the last time.
Yeah,
but
I didn't wear
nonetheless-
any Trump, merch.
And that's fine. And honestly, like I don't mind that's a thing. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. Like I know people get upset about it. And they're like, oh, why should I wear whatever the fuck I want, wherever the fuck I want? It's like, yes, but also like there's how do you say like
You need to have some decorum. Like
there's decorum here. Like there's tradition. There's respect for the process. Like.
And I,
and I can get down with that. It's like going to a golf course, right? And they're like, no cargo shorts, tuck your shirt in, and they have a dress code. And you show up in like jean shorts and a t-shirt, and they're like, get out. And you're like, well, this is America. It's like, yeah, cool, man. You're not fucking playing golf here. And they're like, you don't want my money? It's like, no, actually, we don't want your fucking money. Get the fuck out.
How much are you going to spend? You showed up dressed up like John Cena.
Yeah, not only that, but like you're a detriment to the course already because you look like a fucking hoe. Like, get out of here. And like that might be fine when you're going out to like 9 I'm dating myself like Hibernia or 908. But
oh man,
it's not fine now. Like there are different reasons. So I get that part of it, and I'm fine with that. And honestly, like I said last week, and I think I explained it a little bit. I wouldn't have had a problem with Mr. Brito, our election commissioner, just approaching me and being like, "Hey man, like I know you want to rub your boy, whatever, like, but you can't like it's kind of against the law to wear that shit in here. Like, do you mind just taking it off while you're here?" And I would have more than happily been like, "Oh shit, dog, like my bad." Like I didn't like
said it in a civil way.
Yeah, but he didn't. He came at me and treated me like I was a subhuman piece of shit. And guess what, motherfucker? Shoes on the foot. The shoes on the other foot now. So fuck you. And I'm going to sit here and say it fucking proudly. And I'll say it tomorrow night on Bedford God on my own show. Fuck you and fuck you again. You fucking racist piece of shit. I hope you and all your fucking friends hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was a little bit of an outhouse.
Yeah, and to all the oh wait, here's a picture, image of me watching endless videos of unattractive women cry.
Oh, and they're shaving their heads. They're shaving their heads.
Oh yeah, did you see that one clip?
Oh, I love it.
I couldn't figure out the clipper. Like she didn't know you need to trim down long hair first with scissors.
Just thought you go right to the base.
No, there's just too much, and it looked like she had decently thick hair too. It's just not gonna work. And she had a guard on too. She didn't just have
Oh my god.
No guard on it.
Can we just reveal the 19th already? God damn. Jesus Christ. Did I say that out loud? Anyway. I can get away with that. My wife kind of agrees with it. But anyway. No, it's funny because I got into it, obviously, and I'm going scorched earth on fucking everybody. And like I said, there is going to be a reckoning of all reckonings coming on Joey Fat's Facebook wall in a couple days. But there is just the amount of people that I have gotten into it with, and I love the way that now, right? Like, Trump wins the election, and now everybody on the left is like, you know what, guys? I think we all just kind of need to take a step back, okay? Put down the guns, all right? And let's love thy neighbor, all right? Let's love thy neighbor. Let's get some joints, some peace pipes, put on some Grateful Dead man, jam out some tunes, and let's just get along because you know what? We're all Americans. We're all in this together.
Exactly.
And to go back to your point to open the show, my answer to that is a resounding fuck you. Fuck you. Like there is a vaccine in my body that I was forced to put there because of people like you. You people fucking accosted me for walking the wrong way up a fucking grocery aisle. You fucking got after me. You wanted to be fired from my job for not wearing a fucking face mask in a whatever place you deemed appropriate. You were going to deny me service at restaurants for not wearing a mask. I had some fucking cunt at a coffee shop tell me, sir, the mask goes over your nose. Okay? Like, and this girl was like, I mean, dumber than a box of rocks. Like, bitch, you work at a coffee shop. Okay? I don't need you telling me how to fucking live my life. And not to say the people who work at coffee shops are dumb and not capable of higher understanding. But this particular vapid cunt, clearly gets like that guy on her looks, her whole life. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, you motherfuckers wanted to put us and Hillary Clinton said it not that long ago. We need to put them in re-education camps, which sounds an awful lot like 1930s Germany, if you ask me. And now all of a sudden, you want peace, and you want me just to simply like forget all the shit you said? Hell no. I told you back then. We weren't going to forget. I told you back then that we were going to hold you accountable. And I warned you back then that when the shoe got on the other foot, we were going to put it in your motherfucking ass. And here we are. Here we are. And unfortunately, and luckily for them, Trump is nowhere near as much of a petty dickhead as I am. Because if he was, oh man, y'all be fucked.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but there are those people on the left that do believe it's gonna go that way. They're like, well, to everyone that voted for Trump, I hope you get what you voted for. It's like,
so do we.
So do we. That's exactly why we voted for him.
Yeah. Why do you think we voted for him? What did you think we were doing? Did you think? What did you think? We sat there watching Fox News and being like, oh, the night of broken glass was good. Big H was spitting. You know what? I really like Panzers. Those are cool. Like what the fuck? What do you think? What do you think this is? Like seriously. But that's the problem with the left is they have such a liberal elitist complex about them. And if you watch any of the talking head shows, there was more than a few instances of people talking about this instance or this situation or whatever. Like how they were like, They're like, nah, like we put ourselves on such a fucking high horse that we've basically been gatekeepers to everybody on the right. And then 75 million Americans came out and told us like, nah, go fuck yourself. Like, we're tired of fucking listening to you.
Yeah, just like the Twisted Sister song, we're not going to take it. And the irony is D. Snyder is a raging lib.
I know, right? And then it's so funny too, like Zach De La Rocha, like Rage for the Machine, like they've gone
the irony of them too, like the amount that you'd have to pay for a ticket to see them when they reunited. It's like you guys are supposed to be communists. Like you literally made Che Guevara a fashion statement, and Che Guevara, also ironically, was incredibly racist. Super homophobic. He had black people, anybody that wasn't like, because he was in Cuba, but he was Venezuelan.
He was.
Anybody that wasn't like him, extreme prejudice, just
eliminated,
killed, and yet they're like, oh, he was so great, and then like Tom Morello in particular is coming out and saying,
can I just say that most overrated guitarist of all time.
No, he is better than I initially would give him credit because
I just can't stand everything about him sounds the same.
He's very gimmicky in that band, but if you listen to him actually play like just normal, he's very technically sound. But him coming out and saying
he's so John Mayer. Whatever.
Oh, John Mayer is great.
I know, he's actually really good.
Yeah, no, and a stand-up guy by all accounts.
I wouldn't know, but great guitar player.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But Morello coming out and saying it's so weird that so many of our fans didn't know like what we were all about. Like, were they even paying attention, or they, just the younger generations? Like, dude, I loved Rage back in the day. I still like the music. I never fully was on board with their message because I was like, that seems kind of fucking stupid. Even back then.
Can I just say I actually celebrated the day they broke up. I fucking hated Rage Against the Machine. Like they had a couple of good bangers, but like for the most part, I couldn't fucking stand them.
Fair enough.
Couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand their message, like the Che Guevara t-shirts and the Rage Against the Machine and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, Dude's kind of fags. And
I don't know.
And then Tom
Tom
Morello, listening to Tom Morello was like nails on a chalkboard to me. It was like, oh, is this Rage Against the Machine? I don't know. Let me just wait for the guitar. Oh, there it is. Yup, it's Tom Morello. It sounds exactly the same as every other
he's using the whammy pedal, and he's going.
Yeah. I mean, like they like I love Audio Slave. I wish they had gotten any other guitarist. Like I feel bad that Chris Cornell's final act had to be with Tom Morello.
Well, I mean, it was just Rage
track.
with him singing.
Right. That's true. That is true.
So it wasn't like it was a super group of
no
rhythm section.
I know. Like, could you got like Travis Barker in there or something? Like, I don't know. It would have been fucking way cooler. But to play drums, they're not guitar. I know. I'm rambling now.
But Neil Peart was still alive back then.
Fuck, dude. Peart was the man. Fucking one-arm legend. Who would you?
One-arm legend is Def Leppard.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Neil Peart. That was YYZ. What was the drummer for Def Leppard's name?
I don't remember his name.
Fuck.
But the perseverance of that man.
Yeah, Neil Peart was YYZ.
Yeah, he's Rush.
Rush. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
One of the best drummers that ever lived. Just fucking nuts.
Arguably the best, I think. Although I do have to say, and I know people give Lars a lot of shit. Lars is up there, but like I do have to say the drummer for the Chili Peppers has become a huge fan of.
Was it Brad Smith or
something like that? It's very generic white guy name.
Yeah, I know his last name's Smith.
He looks like my next door neighbor who's like just the most like average white tall skinny white guy
who just wears hats on a Sunday
just like total normal looking fucking dude. And you're like, oh, he's one of the greatest drummers of all time.
Well, that's a very good rhythm section right there. Him and Flea complement each other so well. Even though I don't really like Anthony Kiedis that much, and everything's about California.
Yeah. Anthony Kiedis is probably the biggest downfall of the Chili Peppers for me, but they do have they're one of those bands. I'm not inclined to turn them off. But like if there's a better option on the table, I'm taking it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I feel that. If it comes up on my Spotify shuffle, yeah, I'll listen to it.
Depending on the song. If it's Californication, no. Off. See you later. It's got to be a deep cut for them for me.
Oh,
because I think I
Higher Ground by Stevie Wonder is a banger.
That is a good one. Who would you rank as your top three guitarists of all time? Because I know you're a big guitar guy.
That's a hard.
I know to put you on the spot, but this is just kind of where it's going right now. We've gone from Trump and Duncan on Limbs to
even though he wasn't the most
Thanks, Rage Against the Machine.
Even though he wasn't the most technically sound, although he was very good, what he did for rock music in general, I have to say Jimi Hendrix is on that list.
Okay. No, Jimi Hendrix is...
He changed the game.
Hendrix is arguably my number one. Arguably my number one because like one of my good friends said to me one time, and I was arguing like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix because they had very like kind of similar styles.
Hendrix loved Stevie Ray Vaughan. He was like his biggest fan.
And vis-a-vis. And but the thing was you were like they were innovators and they were imitators.
Mm-hmm.
Hendrix was an innovator.
That's why I put him ranking so high too.
And it's not a knock on Stevie Ray Vaughan because Stevie Ray Vaughan did innovate a lot of things. Like not that I could like articulate it because I'm not a guitarist. But I've listened to people talk about it and I've seen it. To me, it's Stevie Ray Vaughan, Jimi Hendrix. And this is going to be a wicked homer pick for me. But James Hetfield, just because the way he revolutionized rhythm metal.
As far as
and
rhythm
everything
guitar goes, I'd say
fucking,
James is probably the best. Yes.
Just everything downstrokes. Like the man has a bionic right wrist. I don't know how he does the things he does. It's like impossible. Like my brother and I would sit there in the basement of my parents' house. We lived together, and we would try to play metallic stuff, just doing without galloping or strumming. And it was like, I'd be like, fuck, dude, like my forearm's torched.
Yeah.
Like how does he do it? And then he goes on and does it for 3 hours live on a set.
Well, all while singing.
I don't know. Yes. Also, holy shit.
Because rhythm is usually easier than lead, but
and then
the backbone of the two guitars.
And
So
then you
you
look
have
at
to
and
be
then
on
you
point.
look at the music for battery, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like that's the rhythm. I thought that was the solo. Like, no, that's the rhythm, bro.
Yeah, as far as rhythm guitars, I'd say James is number one.
James
overall.
number one. I mean, in terms of like Steve Vai is up there for me.
Now
I love-
that's a guy
I-
like him and like Joe Satriani. Those are those virtuoso guys. They're great.
Yep.
I'm just not that big. Satriani, not as I like Steve Vai more than Satriani.
Same. Big. I'm on the same page as you.
Dude, his Halo, the theme for Halo 2, fucking
Yeah. It was fucking incredible. like,
amazing.
and then after that, I'd have to throw in as a throw like Yngwie is one of my all time.
Yeah, he's another one of those virtuoso.
Just a shredder, just straight shreds. You like
Yeah,
scales for days, but you're like sick.
As far as like lead goes, other than Hendrix, I'd have to also say Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yep.
And then I think I might have to throw in Chuck Schuldiner of Death.
I mean, that's a great off the beaten path pick. Like nobody knows.
So
Like
good.
I know who Death is. I've heard him. I'm not gonna say I've listened to him in depth, but I know enough about him. Yeah, that's a solid.
The reason that the genre death metal is called death metal is because of the band Death and because of Chuck Schuldiner.
Yeah.
Because Metallica thrash, but this was
right.
They formed in the '80s, and he was so ahead of his time. And
Right, because you had
such a
that
good player.
because I was like you had like all the beaten path. Like you had like Sepultura was like way off the beaten path back then.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else.
Well, there was also like the earlier black metal bands, the precursors to the '90s, like Norwegian ones, like Venom.
Satyricon.
Yeah, Satyricon, Venom.
Satyricon is one of my favorites. I fucking love them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they fucking just mow every time I hear them.
But yeah, I think I had to throw in Chuck there, just because of
Yeah,
his
okay.
influence.
I
And
like
also,
it.
He died tragically of brain cancer.
Ew.
Like, far too young in like the early 2000s. I want to say like 2001.
I want to feel like I remember that was when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I remember that.
And back then,
That was
like,
right around when Rage Against the Machine split up.
yeah,
I think those were like pretty close in like dates. If I remember right. Because I remember I was listening to HAY a lot then.
yeah.
And I used to listen
to
to Lou Brutus on Saturday nights.
Mm.
What was the name of his show on HAY? Lou Brutus, Metal Zone, something like that. Yeah, and it was like, and he had like Matt Groening, the Homer Simpson voice. Was like, you listen to Brutus, Metal Zone. You're like, oh wow, like this guy's pretty legit. But I didn't realize at the time it was like a nationally broadcast syndicated show. I just thought it was HAY special, but
Right. Yeah.
fucking rad shit. Yeah, I think it was like right around the same time. I was big into HAY at the time.
Same. I met Jeff Charles.
Oh, love
Jeff.
Jeff.
Providence.
He was such a fucking stoner burnout.
Yep.
I got in the elevator one day when I interned at Cat Country, which was the same building at the time. And I got in the elevator one day. Dude, I was like, holy shit. I thought I had a contact eye. Whoa.
Yep. Funnily enough, when I met him, it was at the Keg Room in Providence, and we went there for a friend's birthday. It was 3 of us. He was turning 21. So we're like, oh, Keg Room. They're having a HJY hosted event. There's going to be ladies lube wrestling and like $2 pitchers of Coors Light. We're like,
send it.
So we go. We get there far earlier than the show was going to start, probably by an hour. So by the time it actually starts, we're already, each probably 3 pitchers deep. Because we're all 21, and it's just like,
Yeah, pitcher's a pitcher. Who cares? You just have the pitcher and you're drinking from it. I'm a Viking.
pretty much. So the show starts.
Someone give me a giant leg of lamb.
Or a big turkey leg. But so the show starts, and they're going over, the rules and blah 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 and this, that, and the other thing, and then they say, all right, who wants to be a lube boy? Who wants to come up here and spray lube all over the girls before the match? It's like $20. And the girl, this goes to the pot for, the contestants.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. And so I look at Paul and Jay. I'm like, I want to do it, but I'm a little short on like, can you guys each spot me $5 so I can do this? And they're like, all right. So they do. So I go up there, I do it.
It was the Paul and Jay, I think it is. Great guys.
Oh yeah, of course it is. So I give them the money. I get up there. They're like, all right, bring out the girls. So they do, and they're like, you're gonna lube down this one. The other guy who paid is gonna lube up the other one. And they're given these. They were wearing basically like bike shorts.
Yep.
And they were also given like a promotional T-shirt. Now, in my drunken
Which
stupor,
27 years ago, or 25 years ago, whatever it was, how long we turned 21. Bike shorts were pretty scandalous in public. You know,
Well,
that was not just like normal gym attire at the time, like it
but
is
the
now.
context is important. They're gonna be in lube, like
Oh yes, lots of lube.
So me having a severe misunderstanding of what I'm supposed to do and what I thought I should do. When the girl comes out, she stands there and she's puts her arms out, waiting for me to douse her with the lube. I grab her T-shirt, her promotional one, and rip it off. And she's just got a bra underneath. And she's like, oh my God. And dude, Jeff Charles is on the mic going, what are you doing? And then the staff comes over. They're like, you weren't supposed to fucking do it. I was like, this is a ladies' loop. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. I thought we were lube wrestling. What the fuck?
How is that
in
not what I was
shirts?
supposed
Why
to do?
would you even bother? There's a T-shirt on. It just makes the lube just a mess.
Yeah. Now, that could have been the 3 pitchers of beer I had at that point speaking, but
Nope. You know what? Honestly, I think you were thinking clearly. You were thinking, how can we make this like this event has got to be top notch?
Yeah.
How can we make it top notch? Well, this shirt is clearly got to go.
I gave the people what they wanted, and they all booed me too. But we were allowed to stay. I think
Simps.
I think we stayed until probably the end of it, and then we drove back home, and I ended up having to hang my head out of the window, and I ended up throwing up all over the side of Jay's car.
Nice. I mean, I haven't puked out the window of a moving car. Come close, but never out the window.
Oh yeah,
I've been driving while it's happened though.
It was on the highway, and I told him, I was like, I'm gonna be sick. He's like, shit, I was like, it's just gonna happen. I'm at least hanging my head out the window.
The worst one I think was we went to Hooters for all you can eat wings one night. Like we pre-gamed Yang Dynasty. And we had like multiple scores. We had so many scores to the point where the bartender was like, nah, they're all set. Like they gotta go. And we were like, fuck, we've been cut off from better places. We're going to Hooters. And we drove
They're like, yeah, well, that's all well and good. We don't want to be liable.
Yeah. Like, cool, man. See you guys later. And we went to Hooters in Warwick. And one of our friends, we were in the, our friend, she was female, she was driving. She had a like early 90s Honda like Civic hatchback. It was a two-door. So there was no back windows. And we made the mistake of putting the drunkest person in the back seat because that's where they wanted to sit, and they were being belligerent about it. So like, all right, fine. And then they threw up all of their Hooters all-you-can-eat wings in the back seat of the Civic. And I was sitting shotguns. I was just dying laughing the whole time. And it was good times.
Yeah.
Good time. You know, I remember being 21. Like 2005, 2006 were great times.
Oh, they were.
Those are the best years.
Those were the days.
Yeah. I mean, going down to Miller's Millport and just playing free pool because they unplugged pool tables on Saturday nights. Fuck it. And they're like, yeah, beer's cheap, drinks are cheap, and everything's cheap. And we're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, or going there for Sunday football. As long as you're drinking, there's a free buffet that Jack's mom would provide.
Yep.
Oh, and Melissa, Jack's wife. and Joe Video would bring his hot dog steamer, and it was
I never did Miller's for football
Sunday.
Sunday.
I was a
Knuckleheads
Knuckleheads
guy.
okay. No,
Because
that's
Nux is like my second family over there. So
great people.
yeah, the best. The absolute best. The owners are just the fucking balls. That is
that
by
is
far.
by
I mean, I worked the door
there
for 5 years or 6 years. And let me tell you, I can count on one hand how many problems I actually had to get involved with as a quote unquote bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them were like there was two that were like semi-serious. The other ones were all just like fucking like a complete joke.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was like
chillest.
Yep, it was like the chillest fucking place. Like one night we threw the owner out, right? Because the owner always told us like, he's getting belligerent and he's drunk and he gets out of control.
He's like, hey guys, I know how I can be.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not above being fucking cut off. So like, he's like, if I get acting like an asshole,
treat me like
cut
anybody
me
else.
off. Treat me like everybody else. So one night he got cut off, and he's getting someone of his buddies is walking him to the door because he's going to drive him home, and he shit out, and he turns around, and he's like thinking he's going to start fucking cussing everybody out or whatever, and he turns around and he's like, you know what? I've been thrown out of better places than this. And the whole place fucking starts dying. And we're fucking crying, laughing. He just throws his hands in the air. He's like, and then leaves. It was the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Stoney's the fucking man. Guy. I love that fucking guy. Too fucking funny, man.
He possesses self-awareness, which is a dying virtue.
He did. He was so fucking funny about it. It was like, God damn! I was like, this guy gets it. Like he's being cut off. He knows he's being an asshole. He knows he was out of line. He's being cut off. And rather than like bitching out all his employees and making a scene and leaving like other owners of bars I've seen cough, and make like a huge fucking deal and like belittle people and make people feel like shit and cause drama. He made a fucking joke out of it. Threw his hands in the air, celebrated, and then went home and passed the fuck out. And came back the next day. Was like, guys, what's going on? I'm sorry about last night. And it was fucking amazing. For real. Dude, it was the best. I love that. I gotta go down. I gotta go see Stone Dog. I haven't seen him in a while. My boy, I miss him. But anyway, I digest. We were talking about elections, and then we got off on Tom Morello, Rage Machine, and guitarist.
We went off some.
What's a nice little rabbit hole there?
No, that's good. That's kind of what we had in mind. Like, hey, we're going to talk about the big thing that happened last week and the aftermath of it. And then, we can branch off.
Freestyle from there on out.
Absolutely. The conversation's always good.
It is.
The anecdotes are fucking on point.
Fucking love it. Fucking love it. But anyway, so not to beat a dead horse because I will never get sick of beating the Democrat dead horse.
Well, they've been beating our ass for 8 years. So
exactly. So I got into it with a couple of people. And I know you're going to side with me on this, and we'll talk about. I won't bring up any names. But let me just say this, and this is why I think where the left loses touch with reality and where they kind of come up. So I made a joke on Facebook, which I often do. I might not be a professional comedian, but I definitely fancy one, especially inside the walls of my own home. Just ask my wife. I made a joke about, I said, because obviously I'm mocking the left and their hysteria over like the Project 2025 nonsense. like nobody knows like it actually is. And it's like Trump's like I don't know, man. That's not me. Like you can see my agenda on my website. He's gonna do this.
People are still on about that too. And the funny thing is, the Dems have their own. It's just like a report or an essay.
No, it's a think tank.
But it's not directly linked to
the
2025 to Trump nor the other one, whatever the name of it is, to the Dems. It's just like an idea. And this has been happening for decades.
Let's see, about since the 1930s, 40s, when the United States government started really putting money into think tanks and
Yeah,
just employing people to sit around and just shit up and like, hey, you're really smart. Come pitch. Just we want you to throw some spaghetti at a hypothetical wall and see if it sticks.
I love all the.
You ever heard of DARPA? Like, that's how that started.
Or Jesse Ventura would say DARPA.
DARPA.
What know about DARPA?
You know about DARPA. You
That's
gotta
the
get
reason
real.
why I bought all that Bitcoin and I buried it along the Yucatan Peninsula.
I'm very thrilled with how my cryptocurrencies are doing stock-wise. I mean, I am like tens of dollars richer today than I was 6 days ago. So, but I made a post. Obviously, this was in jest, and it was meant to target people that it targeted, and that responded to it. As is every post I make is pointed. Like there's specific people that I have in mind when I make it, but I'm not necessarily going after those specific people. It's the people that support those people and watch those people, and then I want to come out of the shadows and white knight for those people. And so I said something along the lines of like, now that Trump's been elected, like where's all the hands paid tail brute sows promised? It was like a spin of like the 72 virgins, for the I'm dead, I killed myself for Allah. Where's my 72 virgins? Then you get there and you're like, oh, actually. There isn't 72 virgins. You're dead, and you're a dickhead, and now you're dead in hell. So cool. So it was kind of like one of those things. And the amount. There was a few women that just went off. But I can tell you on the side, the amount of private messages, text messages, and people I got contact or saw me in person and said something. Females that were like, I fucking love that. Keep doing what you're doing. Was again just more proof to me that Trump winning this election isn't just a win for 2024. This is a win for America for the next decade and a half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people are sick and fucking tired of this bullshit, dude.
And yeah, to make a couple points on what you just said, I believe more women voted for Trump this election than Biden in 2020.
I'm fairly certain that's correct.
So what does that say about all this fear-mongering about Project 2025 and everything? Although I do love the memes about Project 2025. I saw a great one yesterday. It was like Project 2025 under Trump is going to force all women to choose what and where to eat.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
You gotta do it. You bitch. You left us hanging for so long.
Because it's so ridiculous. Like, none of that's going to be...
And none of it's true. Like none of it was like, and that's the thing. Like they've driven themselves to the point of hysteria. And it's like, now they think oh, Trump's in office. I'm going to be enslaved any fucking day now. And it's like, no, that's not true. And they're like, you were upset when Obama got elected. You were afraid of your Second Amendment rights. And I was like, yeah, because the motherfucker wanted to take my goddamn guns. And I hate to break it to you, but the right that you have right now to come out and trash Trump on social media, guess what is protecting that right? Oh, right. My Second Amendment right is the de facto protector of your First Amendment right. So why don't you shut the fuck up and just keep on keeping on? But you can't do that because you're a hysterical white woman who's never faced a day of adversity in her life. And I swear to God, if I can't get cream pie by a complete stranger every Saturday night and get an abortion later, I am going to lose my fucking shit. And you're like, well, sweetie, you're lucky you're living in Massachusetts because that right's never going anywhere. But
exactly,
you live in Alabama. Might be a problem.
And it's hilarious to see the most unattractive women saying, I'm leaning into the 4B movement. I'm going to be celibate until I find a man who's worthy of bearing my children, and or I bear his, whatever. And it's like they look like Jabba the Hutt with a pink wig on.
Yeah,
And
well,
yeah,
if you go on Amazon and you try to order a Handmaid's Tale Halloween costume, all the three X's are sold out.
Yeah, absolutely. You might as well tear down your red curtains and make your own at this point.
Yeah.
Use
Just,
a pillowcase for the hood.
Go to fucking Michael's or the local craft store.
Sure, whatever you got there. Maybe
Yeah,
Hobby
get some-
Lobby.
get some-
They invest, bro.
They maybe they do. You're
No,
right.
they did. Yeah. Them Home
Yeah, but
Depot.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Can they go there now? Because I know.
I've already
all
seen
these
boycotts being called.
Yeah,
for
the
Hobby Lobby.
boy, which is fine. Go ahead. Boycott away. You know what? Nothing will be as successful as our boycott of Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney. Which, you know what? I am so glad that fucking asshole has dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, haven't heard much about him
Nope.
in a while.
No, it's been since the whole Bud Light thing. I haven't heard shit from him.
Not at all. And that's a good
And I love it too because women are like, trans lives matter. Transgender people matter. And I'm like, meanwhile, here's Dylan Mulvaney taking a Victoria's Secret contract away from an actual female.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'll get to that in a second, but to wrap up on what I said about these unattractive women that look like Jabba the Hutt saying that shit. Oh,
Always
you don't want to
have
have sex
sex
with
with
men? Well, I have no qualms with speaking on behalf of all men in the United States of America when I say we accept your terms. We won't fuck.
I find these terms acceptable.
Exactly.
What? Who said
And
that?
now-
Wait. You're not supposed to say that.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Why shouldn't I?
Why is this backfiring?
Look, they don't want to fuck me because of my opinions. I don't want to fuck them because they're gross.
Yeah.
They could be fully on my side. I'd just look at me like, yeah, but no.
I mean, I still might fuck
my
because
friend.
you're gross. But like, I'd have to be really drunk. I mean, I'm talking like really fucking drunk.
No, they're gonna have to
also
roofie me if they're gonna
super desperate. Yeah. Like you're gonna have to drug me, and that's the catch-22. Just like I'll let you get me drunk enough to have sex with you. Like really? And I'm like, yeah. But the problem is that much alcohol would kill an elephant. So you'll have no chance. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you. Well, you know, sorry, but I can smell your feet from over here, Bilbo Baggins.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's got hair on the top of them too, like all the hobbits.
Why are your toe knuckles hairy? What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's not. You're a man, right?
Oh God.
And getting to that topic, like you just brought up, what is with all the people on the left, the far left in this case, saying, I'm so afraid for my trans and gay friends right now because Trump won the election. At what point during any of the three of his campaigns has he said, gays and trans, I'm going to put you all in camps or whatever? Like, there's nothing that's going to happen to them.
I don't know. I honestly, and again, and this is the funny thing is like one of our friends posted something the other day, and it was the one he was deleting my comments, and I called him out for deleting my comments. And he was like, one of his points was like, you know what, maybe we should all just fucking turn off the TV and go touch some grass and like whatever. And then they come back with all these talking points, and I'm like, wait, didn't you just say we should shut the TV off? Like, weren't you just the one making the point? Like, hey, you know what? Maybe our brains being filled with all this nonsense and this hysteria that's really not there because we watch all this shitty TV. And then you're like, but my trans friends are so dry. And you're like, yeah, because you watch the shitty TV shows that you just said you should stop watching. Like, do you not? Are you plugged in? Are you? It's fucking insane. It's insane. You know, like when we on the right said, like, you know, we were afraid that the Biden Harris like whatever they were like, no, we're afraid they're going to try to take away our Second Amendment rights. And all the oh my god, shut the fuck up. Nobody's coming for your guns. And then you got Beta will walk out there being like, hell yeah, we're gonna take your AR-15s and your AK-47s.
You mean Beta O'Rourke?
Yeah, Beta. The guy who bicycles to work every day. Fucking loser. God,
What an asshole.
Christ. If there is anyone that is worthy of the term faggot, it is him. Like he is just. Because like you don't have to be a faggot. South Park already went over this.
With Harley,
But he is chicken spears. He is just the fucking worst. And like he's like, hell yeah, we're taking your guns. Hell yeah, we're coming for your AK-47s, your AR-15s. We're like, see, like we told you, like that was your end game. They're like, he was just saying that because he was trying to get a sound bite out of it. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but he fucking meant it, dude. Like there's you gotta be able to read between the lines. And listen. Anybody on the right knows like going forward. Politicians are tools. We don't bow down to people. We don't bow down. We don't fall in love with characters. Like I don't care if Tulsi Gabbard is pretty fucking hot for an older chick, or Lauren Boebert or whatever. You're not getting
my give you a hand job in a movie theater.
Listen. Lauren Boebert is fucking. Okay.
I'm here for it.
I am all for
doing the Lord's work.
Facts. She gives over the pants hand jobs in theaters and vapes while she's doing it, and then fucking cusses out security for it.
She's like, fuck you.
That bitch is ride or die. I am fucking with that. But I don't care how hot she is. If she doesn't share my viewpoints in America, and she's not going to push the agenda that I want her to, be gone with you thought. Like,
exactly. Because
I don't care. Yeah, I'm not here for results. Like, I'm not falling in love with people. I'm falling in love with results. I want results.
Yeah, and I can admit that they're hot, but that doesn't mean I'm like all about them. That's just
facts. Listen, AOC's hot. I mean, anybody says they would kick AOC. Listen, if you say AOC out of bed, you're lying.
She looks like a fucking donkey.
I just see a bigger place to place my fellas. So,
but granted, she does have a great rack.
Great rack. Jumbo jugs for days. I mean, she's not like Ben Shapiro's sister.
No.
Which I don't know if you've ever seen her. Those are massive.
She's like in the top, like,
massive
milkies.
1%. Yeah. But listen, AOC would catch it. Like no lie. Bobes would catch it. Gabbard would catch it. I don't care. If you're not getting results, I don't want. You're nothing to me. Like, this is politics. Not listen. I can go fawn over Sydney Sweeney all day. She's hotter than all three of you. I don't care what her politics are because she's not going to determine what my tax rate is in the next 10 years. So it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is with Republicans and the conservative movement, we want results. We don't care about people. If you're a person and you're a good person, and you do what we want you. Great. You're gonna have a long, successful career. If you don't, we're gonna vote you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Done. Like we're not. This isn't the left is blue no matter who. No, we don't do that shit. And it's probably why we lose a fair amount of elections, you know, especially in the last 30 years.
You know, vote that way. It's just blind. It doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter. They're like, well, women's rights are on the ballot voting Democrats. God fucking save me. Can't get abortion Tuesday.
It's absurd, but you know what, brother? You know, you brought up a song that like cranked the Grateful Dead, everything's gonna be okay. What I cranked and blasted with my windows down on Wednesday when I was driving around doing errands was Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. Fucking, you know, every little thing is gonna be all right, because it was. I drove by multiple trucks and other cars with Trump 2024 and American flags waving. I was beeping at him and getting my fist out the window. God damn it! It was
me and my brother went bar hopping. I broke protocol, and I drank on Wednesday. I'm in the midst of abstaining from alcohol.
Yes, you said until December, but
until December. So I'm abstaining. I broke protocol on Wednesday. Yeah, special circumstance. Uncle Donnie took the White House, so I was gonna party. Let me tell you, dude. I haven't got that fucking hammered in a long time. abstaining or not. Like I woke up the next morning. I had cuts on my arm, my feet, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to me? I'm like, I don't even. I just went home and played like video games. Apparently,
I took a spill at some point.
somewhere along the line, I got fucked up, and it was fucking great.
I know when it happened, but yeah.
Yep. But we went to a couple places over in Fairhaven that were big, that we knew were like pro-Trump bars, and went over there for lunch, and everybody was like, you could just feel the mood in the establishment. Like it was just an overwhelming feeling of like, fuck yeah, dude, like America is back.
Mm-hmm.
And
people have spoken.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like I've always been long in the United States. Like I've always felt like the United States of America will ultimately find its way. Like we will never cave to socialism. We'll never cave to communism. Like no matter how hard the Russians undermine us, and they have been. Don't ask me. Go YouTube Yuri Bezmenov if you don't believe me. But we'll never fold to that shit. And the left, their platform this time was so fucking ridiculously far left that there was no way in hell we were going to lose.
And even if it was Biden still running,
it didn't matter. It didn't matter if it was. Dude, they could have brought back Obama for Christ's sakes. It wouldn't have mattered.
It's still the same regime. It's just a testament to how bad Biden's ideas were because Kamala somehow made it worse.
Yeah. She did. She was the. I think what disturbs me the most about this election, and I'll leave it. I'll leave this here as my last point.
Yep.
I'm still a little bit disturbed by how many people actually still voted for. Because it's not, and I know a lot of those people were voting for, and they'll claim. Well, I wasn't voting for her. I was just voting against Donald Trump.
It was mostly
okay. That's all fine and well. But if it had been Ron DeSantis, Ted Cruz, fucking JD Vance, like name a person.
Yeah.
You would have voted against them the same way because they would have villainized that person the exact same way they did Donald Trump. They would have done it. It would have been the exact same shit. So you saying I didn't vote for her. I voted against him. That makes you even more retarded than you because then you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're just sitting there looking at it going, well, Donald Trump is evil. Why is Donald Trump evil? Well, because Blitzer told me he was. Like okay. But what did Blitzer tell you that's so evil about? Well, he said that Rachel Maddow said that. He said that there was very fine people on both sides. Okay, cool. Thoroughly debunked that. Here's the clip. Here you go. Well, I'm gonna have to do my own research. I don't trust what you're showing me right now. I'm just showing you the clip, like the actual clip. How do I know that's not like what the fuck? Okay, so what you were saying is you were going to vote. You're blue no matter who. Fine. I mean, stupid. But begrudgingly, I'll respect your ability to be that ignorant. Cool.
And they believe the shit that has been parroted by all the other talking heads in the left media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been doctored in the sense that it's just that one soundbite of him saying one thing and it's completely taken out of context.
Yep. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Every single time he comes out, he makes a new video, and it's like the 3 or 4 minute video when he's talking about like what his policies on day one are going to be and everything else. I just love seeing the left implode because they're like it's not going to work. And we're like, well, how do you know that? Well, because we know. But it was working for 4 years. And then y'all fucked it up. That was because of COVID. Like, no, it wasn't. Y'all fucked that up.
And all the horrible things they say that he did and will do, he didn't do, and he's not going to do now. Like
no. No,
It's not
no.
gonna be
like you said, no gay trans people thrown in camps. Like that's just not happening. What I do support is getting rid of penalizing anybody any doctor or parent or whatever authority figure that decides that giving a fucking 7-year-old hormone blockers or transition surgery is okay. Like you can go straight to fucking jail. Like fuck you, you fucking pedophiles.
I think that's what the trans community is upset about, is that they're not going to be able to get those.
Can we stop calling them the
trans
community too? By the way, can we just start addressing them as what they are, like the mentally ill? Yeah, because calling them the trans community, I feel like it adds legitimacy to their movement. It's like nah man, y'all just fucking love anime and got on Reddit and then decided like this was your kid fucking movie.
Yeah.
And
I said that specifically because if I just say mentally ill, that covers several demographics. So
some would say I'm mentally ill, and they could be right. I don't know. But depends on your definition. No, these people have actual like gender dysmorphia. Like it's a real thing. And there was another. Listen, I have body dysmorphia. Okay. Like I lift weights every single fucking day for the last 20 fucking years. I look in the mirror every single day and I'm like, shoulders could be bigger, biceps could be bigger, chest looks like shit. And then I look at myself next to I look at myself in a picture. Like amongst me and like my friends who lift weights, right? And here's me, 6'3", 310 pounds, and I'm standing next to my friends that are all like sub 200, whatever, under 6 feet tall. And I look like a fucking pig among guinea pigs, right? And I'm like, and sometimes I forget how much bigger I am than the average human being. And this is not a flex by any means. I'm making a point. I am. And it's been 20 years. I've cultivated this mass. I built my body to look like this because this is wanted. Because this is my goal, my achievements, my personal obsession, whatever you want it to be. But at the end of the day, I look at myself every single day in the mirror and I judge the fuck out of myself. And it's like what? And so. No shit. Yeah, I have body dysmorphia. Whatever. I have issues. And I look at I'm like, too fucking fat. You gotta fucking cut your diet. You gotta quit drinking more. You gotta do this. I went out. I had lunch at 6s and 7s today. I had chicken wings and a fucking cheeseburger for lunch. Did it fit my macros? Was it fucking appropriate for what I'm trying to do? Yeah, probably not. But do I give a fuck? I'll just go do an extra 20 minutes of cardio this week every day for 6 days. Yeah, and make up for it. But my point is, you get. It doesn't. I don't give a fuck. Everybody's got something going on. Everybody's looking at themselves thinking like, I could be better. I could be this. I could be this. I could be that. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go chop my fucking dick off and get double the implants.
Exactly.
No.
There's a huge difference between what you do and what they want, and what they think is legitimate.
Correct. Because I'm not a cash cow for a doctor who's being told to push it. And I love the people that sit there and think like the medical community is somehow above and beyond everybody else intellectually, as if they're not paid for. Like these drug companies don't come in and buy them lunch and basically bribe them to push their drugs every fucking day. Like, dude, get out. Like you're such a clown if you think that.
My favorite thing that they say. It's like, well, you just don't understand advanced biology. It's like, no. You're making up the rules as you go along to fit your warped narrative. Because
we understand biology just fine. We learned it in like ninth grade or 8th grade. You're the one that doesn't. Yeah,
boys you're the one. Girls have a vagina. Like that's it.
If it's a boy, we'll name him Junior. If it's a girl, we'll name her Junior.
Yeah.
like it's like you don't get to sit here and dictate like everyone else, and that's the thing. You don't get to dictate my reality. Listen. I will tolerate a lot of things. There's not much I won't tolerate.
Sure.
But I will not accept your beliefs. I'm sorry. If you're a guy and you have a penis and you come to me and be like, hi, my name is now June, and I'm a female. And I'm gonna be like, Nah, bro.
Nah,
Your
bro,
name's
your name's
Bob, and you're a
Bob,
faggot.
and you're a
Like,
faggot.
like, just deal with it, dude.
deal with
You're
it,
gay.
dude. You're
Stop
gay.
fucking
Stop
hiding
fucking
from it.
hiding
Like,
from it.
no one cares.
No one cares.
It's gay
Like-
with extra
like-
steps.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all you're
that's
doing.
all you're
Although
doing,
the,
dog.
the
Like,
funny thing is, most trans women are lesbians, so they're
what-
just
what?
straight men cosplaying as women to fuck other women.
Which is
fucking
fascinating to me. Fascinating.
And there's women that go along with
Hurts
it.
my
along with it.
brain thinking about
And
it.
then meanwhile, here I am thinking, like,
you know,
I'm a pretty average, good looking dude. You know, with a pretty decent personality. I go out to a bar and I'll get a drink thrown on me for saying hi. You know, meanwhile, this fucking weirdo's probably gonna take that bitch home and pork her in the ass. Like, what did I do? What did I do?
Straight up.
I don't
cornhole.
know. Yep. Yeah, it's just,
But
dude,
yeah.
it's just, dude, it's just fucked up world. But
It
we're
is,
done.
but you
We're
know what?
done.
I think it's gonna get better.
Well, we've got nowhere to go
but up
at this point.
Yes,
To be quite honest,
absolutely.
we've got nowhere to go but up. So
So yeah, we'll leave it on an optimistic note.
I like it. I like it.
And to touch on what you said about your workout regimen, that's why I referred to you as the Vanilla Gorilla last week. And goddamn it,
I love
that's
it.
your new
I love it.
nickname.
Fucking A, bro. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, it's I was a fat kid my whole life. Maybe that's why I decided to get in the gym every single day and start lifting. When your dad starts calling you fluffy in seventh grade, you know, after Cartman's pet pig, things tend to stick. You know, and maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe that was my dad's way of motivating. Even though my dad thinks me lifting weights fucking waste of time. He thinks it's stupid as shit. And he is the least bit impressed. Like, I could tell him, like, Dad, I benched 485 last week. He's like, cool. He's like, how many Auburn fights can you lift out of the back of my truck and stick and hole? I don't know. Whatever,
Do you
bro.
do some
Whatever,
actual
bro.
work?
Yeah. How long can you go fucking hump pour concrete?
All right, whatever, bro.
Don't give a shit.
Like,
Right.
I'm not impressed. My dad is the most impossible guy to impress, obviously, because I'm his son. So it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, he's like forever unimpressed. But I like that. It gives you something to kind of like, you know, gear for. But Vanilla Gorilla, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Own that shit. And I'd take that kind of fatherhood over being just, everything you do is great and special, and you're just... No, there has to be some kind of constructive or otherwise criticism.
If my dad all of a sudden came out and started
congratulating me on shit,
I'd be like, fuck you. Like, I'd side-eye the fuck out of him. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
Did you do with my dad? Yeah, are we terminated? Did you fucking kill my dad? What are you doing?
Your step-parents are dead.
What's the dog's name?
Max.
How's Wolfie doing?
Wolfie's great, baby. Why don't you just come home?
I actually watched that movie. Great fucking movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Top three all time on my list.
For me, my top is Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's just the perfect movie.
It really is. It really is.
And then like Predator and pretty much all the Die Hards 1 through 3 as far as action movies go.
Pulp Fiction, Saving Private Ryan.
Sure.
Terminator 2. Those are my top three in order, depending on my mood.
I love all three of those too.
Yeah. And then I'd start getting into the nitty-gritty because, you know, somebody mentions Grandma's Boy. And I'm like, oh shit. Days of Thunder. Greatest sports movie ever made. I don't know. You know,
things car.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, man.
Placements.
Yeah, it's just the inspiration for Kyle Petty's 1992 ride. Like Felix Sabatis racing.
I mean, great colorway.
Oh my god! Such a classic. You go back and watch the 1992 All-Star race. Davey Allison, Kyle Petty coming across the finish line with that mellow yellow car and that Texaco Haviland 28. That is the greatest color combination of two cars on a track you will ever see in your life. I shit you not. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Go look it up and tell me I'm a fucking liar.
Well, I'm not big into NASCAR, but I will based on your recommendation.
I will send you the link.
Yes, please do.
It's just the last lap. It's like long.
Oh yeah, sure.
But you will see. The color contrast between those two cars as they came across the line was just phenomenal. The 1990s were just the peak era.
The juxtaposition there.
Yep. Just perfect. But Trav, thank you for having me, bud.
Oh no. Thank
I know,
you for
I know.
having me be a part of this.
You know what? Thank us for having All right, like, you know, we're not big on self congratulations around here. So let's do a little bit. Let's pass out. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Because if you're not loving yourself, you're not really capable of loving anybody else, are you?
This is true. This is true.
very true.
You know what? I'm gonna give myself some more
self-love
tonight.
Same
I'm gonna
here.
do that. I'm gonna do myself a lot of loving. I'm gonna watch some Monday Night Football and turn some laps into NASCAR. Fuck it. Why not?
There you go. And yeah, I'm just proud of America right now.
Hell yeah, brother. That is, I think, the biggest takeaway from tonight. America, Trump, 2024. We are fucking back, baby. We are
It's
fucking
done.
fucking back.
You clowns lost.
In the words of one absolute jackass on CNN, our long national nightmare is over.
Absolutely. Until next week, everybody.
Peace out. The adult table.
Later.